G'day, folks. So, with the 40th anniversary of the first Alien movie coming up, it just makes me realize how far the quality of films has fallen since 1979 when that came out. I mean, you use that movie to compare to other films. If you just use that as like a stock standard to compare to other films, hardly anything lives up to it. It's just so brilliant in all aspects, the way it's made, the acting, the cinematography, the script, the story, the characters, the setting, the props, the sets, the special effects. Every single part of it is just perfect. I can't pinpoint a flaw in that movie. Well, the only thing I can think of that could have been done better is one scene where Ripley has a fight with Ash, and she destroys him because he's an android, and she reanimates his head to get some information out of him about the secret Weyland-Yutani plan to preserve an alien and bring it back. And when she reanimates the head, it's Ian Holm and it looks fine, but just before she animates it and after she finishes animating it, it does a quick little almost seamless cut to this really phony looking dummy head. That's the only part of the movie that has aged bad and doesn't look good. The rest of it is absolutely flawless, from the amazing visuals, scenery of LV-426 when they land, to the design of the space jockey ship, the crash ship, to even the design of the Nostromo. It felt so real. It felt like such an industrial looking ship. It felt like what an industrial ship might look like in 100 years time. And the film was set in the year 2122. It almost felt like, yeah, that's, technology could sort of look like that in the future. And just the concepts that were introduced in it. I know suspended animation's been a concept in science fiction for a long time, but the way it was shown in that film, it felt so realistic. The film just felt so realistic, and the way the characters behaved. I mean, they weren't supposed to be soldiers. They were just, they were just the crew of a freighter, pretty much, just like the crew of a container ship would be nowadays. So they weren't, experts in any particular fields, apart from they had their science officer, who turned out to be an android. But even Ripley was so resourceful as a flight officer. I can't remember what her rank was, warrant officer, flight officer. Anyway, she was a second in command after Dallas, and she just was so logical as well, not wanting to let the alien on board the ship. She was the one who was thinking the straightest out of all of them. And she was a strong female character. She wasn't portrayed as, beating up 10 dudes and slapping the Xenomorph on the face, with her girl power and all that bullshit. She was just a normal human being who happened to be female, but was strong-willed, brave, and logical. And she played it so well. She had vulnerability as well. She showed fear, which they don't like showing, on females nowadays. She was just human, and she was so well written. Just the entire cast. Yaphet Kotto is brilliant in that. He feels like a mechanic on board a spaceship. It doesn't even feel like he's acting in that movie. You just watch him, even in the scenes where they're just bantering and sitting around, and he just plays it so relaxed, but it comes across as just a real blue-collar guy. Same with Harry Dean Stanton. And all the characters, the acting of John Hurt as well in the chestburster scene. I mean, you can't get past that. It's a perfect movie. If you've never watched it, it's possibly the greatest horror movie of all time. Very close with The Exorcist, but they're different. It's a sci-fi horror. It's the greatest sci-fi horror of all time, I would say. Very closely followed by The Thing, if you want to call that a sci-fi horror. Even though The Thing is higher on my list of favorite films, Alien is the better movie, and The Thing is very close behind it. But yeah, they just don't make movies like that anymore. and I just lament the fact that they don't. You know, Alita was a great movie, and a great movie that I haven't seen a movie of that caliber in a long time, but it's still not at the level of Alien, and who knows how long we're going to have to wait until they make movies that good again. But hopefully they're coming. Films like Alien, The Terminator 1 and 2, Predator, Aliens, The Thing, they just don't make them like that anymore. But hopefully they will, again, one day, make movies great again. And how could I forget to mention H.R. Giger? I mean, that crazy weirdo designed one of the greatest, most original movie creatures of all time. I mean, it feels like a biological creature with a life cycle. It looks like something that could really exist. As horrifying as it would be, it looks real. And it fits into that universe so well. And just the overall pacing, the mood, the atmosphere of that film, I mean, it's just unmatched. And like I said, they just don't make them like that anymore. But hopefully they will again one day. All right, folks, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. God bless, and I'll see you later.